I'm happily married and I have been for 7 years. Because of this, I'm not used to speaking without interruption. So if I start to enjoy myself, this might drag on. Firstly, I'd like to say, Kelly, Gracie, Val, and Imogen, you all look amazing. Kerry, you look stunning. And Dan, you look stunned. I'm fairly confident from the day's look on Dan's face, he has no idea of the actual enormity of what's just happened, so I thought I'd dumb it down so you could understand it a bit. Basically, you just bet Kerry half your stuff, you'll love her forever. Today's been a magical day, I've seen things I thought I'd never see. For example, I've seen my dad and Uncle Terry singing "Oh When the Saints Were Smile" on their face. I've seen Smithy and Sean singing the same song without ending every verse in "We Hate Skate." And finally, I've seen my brother Daniel get married in a traditional wedding service when I thought it would be nailed on, he'd enter into a civil partnership. Right, Dan. I doubt you remember this, but about 15 years ago I was walking through Southampton City Centre with a few mates and a girl I was trying to impress. All I heard shouting across the high street was, "Stuart, that better not be my top you've got on." Well, Dan, that was your top. And this is payback. I think it's fair to say Dan is as thick as mince. When God was handing out brains, Dan thought he said trains and asked for an empty carriage. That might seem like a fairly harsh opening statement. For a normal best man, I'd agree, but I'm his little brother and I can prove it. Dan did really well at school, not academically, as I said he's not the brightest button, but he finished it, which when you consider he was suspended from first school for swearing at a dinner lady who took his marbles away, that's quite an achievement. As he hit his teenage years, he didn't get much better. He's the only bloke I know that can find himself in a room full of free sporting goods and come out with a megaphone. Another classic example of Dan's intelligence came on his first lad's holiday. Obviously, I wasn't there for this, but I've absolutely no reason to believe this is untrue. When the air stewardesses used to come by and ask if you wanted mints to help you pop your ears, Dan took the first mint. He then called her back to ask what it was for, and she said, "On takeoff and landing, it'll help you clear your ears." He thought about it, processed the information, called her back, and asked her for another mint for the other ear. I have no idea what he thought he had to do with the mint. He didn't have much joy at all at being abroad. Like the time he thought it'd be okay to boo the Spanish royal family. Didn't feel quite as clever when he had to explain it to the two undercover policemen stood next to him. To be fair, I wish Dan struggled a bit more than he did at school. I wish he'd never learned to write, because then he'd never be able to text. Anyone in this room that's ever received one of Dan's monster texts would agree with me. These are usually sent after he's had far too much time to think about things, and if transferred to paper would cover 2 sheets of A4. I have actually fallen asleep reading one of these texts. Having an older brother had its upsides, or at least it should have. A big brother, look out for you, stick up for you. Dan struggled with this. The one chance he had was when we spent a whole afternoon stealing some older kids' football. When eventually they had enough of it and decided to start chasing us, I got away because I ran like a normal human being. However, Dan's bandy legs let him down, and he decided that the only course of action, I think the SAS refer to this as pretending to faint in a shop doorway and hope they don't beat you up. I suppose you could say we've had a few brotherly scraps growing up. The worst one being when he shot me from 6 feet away with a pellet gun. That initially just started out as a go-away conversation and ended in him pulling the trigger on a pellet gun just yards away from me and hitting me within a millimetre of my eye. His defence was, I didn't know it was loaded. I really can't see that standing up in court. As you can imagine, I screamed my head off, and all I remember is Dan saying, "If you don't tell Dad, I'll let you hit me in the face." So I took the free hit, and I still told Dad. Another upside to having an older brother is he acts as a sort of barometer as to what was acceptable in my dad's eyes. For example, getting my ear pierced was never going to happen. Dan got his ear pierced and got chucked out of home for it. I still remember the chucking out now where Dad stood at the top of the stairs shouting down to Daniel, "You're not in, bros." That statement shaped the next 5 years of Dan's life. Whenever we did anything wrong, whether it was out having fights or the police knocking on the door, Dan always got it worse than me because he's older, he should know better. As everyone in here, I'm pretty sure can agree, he doesn't know better. At the age of 16, I was forced to leave home to escape him. I think we've become a lot closer since we started leading completely separate lives. Kerry, I'm sure you'll come to appreciate this. Just for the record, I think Dad finally got rid of Dan when he was about 28.
Brilliant.
Dan is a massive Saints fan and had a season ticket for as long as I can remember. He's a real one-man team. One team man. Well, ever since Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace and Arsenal.
I didn't know that.
Some of the things that only a brother would understand we've been through together. We've both had the threat of Christmas being cancelled several times. We've both suffered Sunday dinners the microwave version. We both had to listen to country and western every time Dad started the car. And we both got forced into believing that the GLS on the end of the Talbot Solara stood for Grand Luxury Supreme. We both got bitten by Shep, but I didn't scream as much as Dan. And we both had a nanny peg strip wash in the kitchen sink. But only one of us danced naked in front of Nan to see if she was really blind, didn't we, Dan? We both had to be in at 9 when our friends had to be in at 10, and we still lived to tell the tale and better people for the experience. Admittedly, some of the things that were normal in the 80s growing up, Dan still embraces today. Dad's even moved on to an electric kettle, whereas Daniel still insists on the Emmerdale version. Most people nowadays use multi-purpose cloth for multi-purpose tasks. Dan's never more than 3 foot away from some blue roll. Right, this says nice bit. Nice bit. Kerry, I'm pleased you've been able to see past his massive forehead. The 15 pots of multicoloured gel from 3 Diamonds, and I'm sure you wouldn't be here today if you ever witnessed him rolling dry lumps of gel out of his hair and flicking them on the floor. I'm glad you could tolerate Dan's jeans with pictures of Indians on them, or his constant OCD over writing lists like the 3-page instruction manual that went with Imogen on our first night away. I know it must have been tough on your first time on a date when he pulled out the hanky that you'd expect a pensioner to carry, or the fact that he still believes that gold chain is fashionable. I'm staggered this stuff hasn't put you off, Kerry, and you've been able to embrace it. All this said, Kerry, I'm glad to officially welcome you to our family, although it feels like you've been apart for a long time already. I've absolutely no idea why you'd want to be apart, but I guess you must have the patience of a saint. So it's only fair that today you are now officially a saint. Good luck with that. Dan, oh thanks. Dan, I think it's also fair to say you're a dingbat. But you're my dingbat. Dan picked me as best man today for payback for me picking him. We've had loads of conversations over the years about how best man is the worst job in the world, and he still picked me. To be fair, I think Dan could have picked just about any of the 7 or 8 really close mates he's had since school, and I think that says a lot about the person he is. Spiteful. Dan, you're always there for me, and you never occasionally let me down. You are the way you are, and I hope that never changes. You're a funny, loving, caring, stupid, and honest, and an amazing brother. But more than that, you're a great mate, son, uncle, father, and now husband. And if Kerry and Imogen have as good a time as we've had over the years, they should pack a whole load of mints, because they're in for an ear-popping experience. Kerry, you've got yourself a good one. I hope you have a long and happy life together, and knowing you both as I do, I'm sure you will. So if I could ask everyone to raise a toast to Daniel and Kerry. Cheers.
That's it.
That's it, carry on everyone.
Apparently we've all got to go outside so they can change the room around, so when you're ready, no rush.